What I particularly dislike is having these conversations and negative emotions and stress from other healthcare colleagues. From patients and family members, I can understand they're in a foreign environment, they're probably in a very unhappy or dark place in their life. But when doctors and healthcare staff speak to each other in anything but a non-polite and respectful way, it really gets under my nerves. I like to think that I talk to everyone in my day-to-day interactions in and out of the hospital with the utmost respect and kindness and whatever, and just the amount of sarcasm and rudeness and sass that you might get on the phone, or just, flat out insults about why you don't know X, Y, or Z was just unbelievable to me. I couldn't imagine speaking to anyone like that, period, let alone my colleagues in the hospital. But this really just comes from a root.
Yeah, this happened to me during my residency as well. There's just some attending that does that, but don't take it to your heart. This is what my chief resident told me in the pretty much the first or second day during my residency. All the interns sit down and then they explain in the auditorium to tell us if you have any issues with nurses. Tell us if you have any issues with the attendings. Angry attendings, angry to everyone. Don't take it personally. If you really have a problem, tell us. So that was very reassuring. That was a completely different environment compared to what I have back in Indonesia. In Indonesia, if you go to residency, they call it a passerby. You're just passing through. But in the US, I'm very well respected. I was treated as a human being. And not only that, I was treated as a doctor. And during resident, I was treated as a resident. And also the attending does the same. Again, there are a couple of attendings that, angry and compared to what I had before, pretty much nothing. I would say that's a complete joke. I never really take it personally, whatever they say, whatever insult they say. I got insulted for some of these attendings. And yeah, so I think the US is great because every month I have this resident meeting that if there is somebody who saying disrespectful things, insults, they put a report and then try to work with the people that does that and think that this is inappropriate, etc. So it's amazing you can do that. I don't have that luxury back in Indonesia to have that, right? So all you can do is you yourself have to be the person that able to negate everything and then don't take it personally and become the bigger person, have the bigger heart. I have this mindset that you cannot change other people. The only person that you can change is you. I'm working on keep changing me. The feedback, criticism is harsh, is hard. Sometimes you don't get the right feedback or criticism. You only get some insult. But if you think it positively, and I think I'm a positive person, well, why they, do it that way? I mean, they could be angry, but then they could be like very miserable person. They don't have that compassion. Maybe something wrong at home, fighting with their spouse or whatever, so there's something there. And I try to understand it. It doesn't mean that I neutralize saying that what they did is completely fine. Just keep doing what they're doing. But I try to do my best to kind of what makes sense here. Is there really anything that I need to change? Is there any mistake that I can fix so I can be a better person? So I just try to think it positively. And for me, it really helps. A lot of people do it differently, which is blaming, the blaming culture. No, it's them. They're the crazy ones. They're the blah. If you do that, you're not going to improve. You're not going to grow as a person. That's what I think. You cannot really change other person. The only person you can change is you, So change, reflect, and see if there's anything that would at least make sense. It's not completely your fault, of course. Maybe partially, maybe a little. And those little things, you use that as a way to improve yourself. That's just the way I see it.